it's Lady Kaylah here. Today I'm going to do a book review of The Wise Man's Fear by Patrick Rothfuss, and I'm so excited to get this. I mean, I just waited forever for it. I didn't know it was so huge. I don't know if I just got like the huge version of it or if all of them are this big, but I'm excited. I was so excited to get it. So I finally did. I read it through and it's just brilliant. It was amazing. I have like nothing but good to say about this book. Some people didn't like it. I shouldn't say some because I only heard it from one person, but I'm sure there's more. One person said that it didn't feel like it was up to par with the first one, but I felt like it was just a simple continuation. While there were some noticeable changes from the first one, I think they're just like progressive. It wasn't like an alarming change from the first book to the second book. I felt like it was a nice flow and progress from the first one to the second one. So I don't know. I felt like it was just a continuation and nothing much more complicated than that. It seems like the story is starting to evolve into something with a purpose, because right now, and I love this about the story, this is not in any way a criticism, that it's just him telling his story. There's no hurry, there's no rush to get anywhere, there's no like evil monster lurking that needs to be slain right away, and that's the entire point of the book. He's just taking his time telling his story and all the interesting things in his life, which I love. And yes, there is this overlying like plot underneath everything that, you know, I don't know how to say his name, but Koth really wants to accomplish, he really wants to do. He has like this deep-rooted hatred for the Chandrian or whatever they're called, and that's about it. But there's no like hurry up, we need to rush and kill the great monster beast and save the world or anything like that. So besides that point, he's also, you know, it's him telling the chronicler his story. So, you know, we have the story where he's telling his own story, and then we have the story where he's in the present tense, and sometimes when he's done telling the chronicler the story, some stuff happens in the present tense, and so that's what's going on. And I really love it. I love that there's no rush to get anywhere. I feel like I'm not being moved along like, oh, this is interesting, but let's go past it because we need to go somewhere else. I didn't feel like that at all. There was one thing that I was kind of a little bit frustrated with, but it's nothing big. He was supposed to go back to this important guy he was working for. I don't know. I don't want to like say too many details just in case I spoil anything, but instead of going like directly back to him, he made like a detour to help his friend. And the only thing that bugged me about that is like, I want to know what happens when he gets back, but the detour was in no way boring, and I wasn't like upset about the detour or anything like that. I was kind of like, hurry up so we can see what happens at this other place. And that's about the only thing that was kind of odd to me, or not odd to me, that frustrated me. And other than that, I have nothing but praise for this because I love the first one so much. I don't know what it is about Patrick Rothfuss, but his words, it's like honey poured over daffodils. It's just, I don't know, I love it. It's just great. It's poetry. It's just everything I could ever ask for. I love Patrick Rothfuss. Like, I don't know what it is, but he gets it, or it's just, the thing I like about ancient texts is they explain life, or they try to figure out like the mysteries of life in such a poetic way that they get so close to like explaining what life is without actually saying what it is. And we don't really do that anymore, but I feel like that's what Patrick Rothfuss does, if that makes any sense. And it's so amazing. I love it. I love him. It's like, you know, some people like explain things in words, and they like, it's just so matter of fact, it makes sense. Yet Patrick Rothfuss does the opposite. He says something that doesn't quite make sense, or something that like is like a riddle, yet it makes makes more sense than anything you could ever put into like matter-of-fact words. It just is. I don't know what he does or how he does it, but it's brilliant, and I love it, and I love him, and I fell in love with this. And if you like the first one, you definitely like this one. At least I have a feeling you will. If you haven't checked out the series, I highly recommend that you do, because it's amazing. I haven't read anything as great as it except for A Song of Ice and Fire, and I am in no way comparing the two. They are completely different books. They are completely different writing styles and plot lines and everything, so I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying I liked A Song of Ice and Fire so much, and like I haven't read anything as good as that until I read Patrick Rothfuss, The Name of the Wind, and now The Wise Man's Fear. So get your hands on it if you haven't already. I highly recommend it. So it's not like super beefed up with magic, but it has magic and it has fantastical creatures, but it's done in a way where it just, I would say it does qualify as like a realistic fantasy, but it has enough of the magical elements to get you interested in it if you are like a heavy magic lover, but it's not too beefed up with magic, like I said earlier. So I think it's done great. I love it so much. It's just, everything about it is great, and I feel like this book included more magical elements, and now we're getting like some progress towards something. I'm not quite sure what that something is, but I feel like it's coming, and I can't wait to read the next one to see what it is. So I'm kind of sad because I don't think the next one is out yet, but it will be eventually, and I can't wait to read it when it is. So thank you for your time. Bye.